Pacific side of Canada. And I just wanted to check in and say that my name is Gail Nestle, and I'm planning on posting videos about Canadian and international politics whenever I feel there's an issue that is really important to talk about. What I'm thinking is really important right now is the SNC-Lavalin controversy and polls that are coming out that are saying that the Liberals are falling behind in the polls and that the Conservatives are surging ahead. We have an election coming up in October, and I think we need to think very seriously about how we're going to vote. That scandals have racked both the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party in the past. You'll all remember Duffygate before we voted Justin Trudeau in and the Liberals. Duffygate, if you remember, involved payouts in order to hide overspending on the part of a senator, a Conservative senator. And there was a lot of secrecy around that too. So the two main parties, the Conservatives and the Liberals, have sort of traded back and forth over the years with scandal. And so the question for Canadians is, do we want that in our on our horizon for as long as we're here to observe it? And for me, the answer is no. So we need to remember that we have two other parties in this country, the NDP and the Greens, and they have never really had power federally. And I think that that's something that we need to think about. We do have choices. We don't have to just be on this never-ending seesaw of corruption. Number one, I think that Jody Wilson-Raybould, the former Justice Minister, has every right to be heard, and she needs to be heard by a independent public inquiry, not a panel, not a review committee that is top heavy with Liberals who are going to vote down anything that she says, and that's what's happening right now. The other thing is that was bothering me today is that Ipsos came out with another poll that said that the Conservatives are surging ahead in the polls. So we have to ask ourselves who designed that survey and what kind of questions did they ask, because the questions can be leading and so can slant the results one way or another, depending on sometimes on what kind of results you want to get. Sometimes these surveys are not designed in a way that you're going to get a result that is truly reflective of people's opinions. So these are all things that I'd like to talk about now and in the future. I'm going to be putting this video up on my Twitter account, on my Facebook account, and eventually I'd like to be up on YouTube so that we can have an ongoing forum to discuss politics locally and internationally as issues come up that I think are really important. And then you can share with me what you would like to talk about, and we can have a feedback loop and share ideas and make this country better, because I think that's what we all want. My concern is that the Conservatives are going to be voted in the next election rather than considering the NDP or the Greens. A nice minority government with a mix of everybody is really the best way to run a country, because they have to consult rather than backbite each other all the time. If we get a Conservative government, then my concern is that we're going to revisit Islamophobia, white supremacy, and other prejudices against LGBT people, and any other racial minority or minority in general are probably going to experience the same grief they experienced in the last Conservative government. So these are all things about painting what we want for this country and then going to the ballot box and voting for it. So I look forward to your feedback. I look forward to speaking to you in the future. Maybe we'll have a call-in portion, be our own little mini cross-country inquiry, and see where it goes. So I wish you a good night. Let's call this Homegrown Politics and go from there.